If you are a nerd, someone who loves being told exactly what to do, exactly where to do it, exactly when to do it, even what to wear while doing it, in other words, if you love being an employee, this video is not for you. This video is made for the freedom-minded. Shalom, my name is No Limit Eddie. I'm a 24-year-old American who lives abroad full-time. For the past 3 years, I've been making videos, documenting my travels across the world, and sharing my experience with you. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 different paths you can take to become a digital nomad. Okay? And all 3 of these paths have been verified and tested by me. Okay, this means either something that I'm actively doing or something that I've done for years and years in the past, so I know they all work. Path number 1 is to start up an Etsy shop. Now, Etsy, just in case you have never heard of it, is like Amazon, but for handmade items. So I believe in 2022, they did $2 billion in revenue. And you see, all that money is exchanging hands between Etsy sellers and Etsy buyers. So there's a lot of money to be made by starting an Etsy shop. Now, how do you actually get started with Etsy? Well, let's go over to Etsy.com and create your account, fill in your payment details, and such on and such forth. That's pretty self-explanatory. If you'd like being told what to do, exactly how to do it, this is not this particular video, all right? But go over to Etsy.com and create your account. Now, a good startup budget to start an Etsy shop is around $20, okay? Because Etsy actually charges you a 20-cent listing fee. So every time you upload an item to Etsy, they charge you around 20 cents. That's one of the ways that they make money. All right. Now, for me, 20 cents is a no-brainer because Etsy has over 81 million active buyers. So to pay 20 cents to then be shown and have a listing live on a platform with over 81 million active buyers and $2 billion in revenue, it's worth it. So I recommend putting up around 100 listings to really start off with. And so that's why I recommend you have a budget of $20, okay? $20 will allow you to get 100 listings up on the platform. My first Etsy sale was actually my first ever sale online. And this happened to me back when I was, back in 2017. So I was around 17 years old at that time actually. And so I sold a yoga mat purse. So my mom would make them, and then I would go out and list them up on Etsy and sell them. Now, Etsy is a marketplace that thrives on handmade items. But clearly, if you want to be a digital nomad, you don't have the ability to make and ship different items, especially if you're hopping from country to country, right? So, what business model can you use on Etsy that will still allow you to be a digital nomad? Well, there's 2. Number 1, you can just drop ship on the platform of Etsy, so you can have someone else manufacture and ship the product on your behalf, right? And depending on how you structure it, that can or cannot be within Etsy's policies, okay? But that's not what we're here to talk about today. But you can drop ship on Etsy if you do it right. The second path you can take, which is probably a lot easier, is to sell digital products on Etsy. Because the product is digital, you don't have to worry about manufacturing or shipping anything. You can buy a product and then resell it, or you can just create a digital product yourself, list it up on Etsy, and then every time it sells, pretty much Etsy does all the work on your behalf. Okay? Now, those are the 2 paths you can take to use Etsy as a way to make money as a digital nomad. Now, who is selling on Etsy good for? I would say selling on Etsy is good for someone who's kind of just more chill, more laid back, who doesn't really want something that they have to work on every single day, where they have to grind so hard. If you just want a chill way to make $1 to $2K a month, selling on Etsy is a super good and easy way to go ahead and achieve that goal. I have students that have gone through that exact same teaching, that exact same program, and made tens of thousands of dollars their very first year with an Etsy shop. Alright, so if that's what you're interested in learning more about, you can click the link in my description and pick up my course, 30 Days to 1K Blueprint, alright? Link in the description. Now, I don't even do path number 1 anymore, okay? I don't really sell on Etsy anymore. What I do now is path number 2. Path number 2 is course creation. This is what I do actively right now, okay? I create and sell courses, and I help other people to do the same. Course creation is all about taking some existing skills or knowledge that you have, creating a video series around that, and then selling it as an online course to other people who want the same result or the same knowledge that you currently have. Now, I hear some of you guys kicking and screaming right now, but Eddie, I have no idea what I would create a course about. Well, look, and some people think they don't have anything worth turning into a course, but that's actually not the case. I created my first course when I was 21 years old, okay? And that led to me now having created over 6 figures of income online. So with that being said, if I do it at 21, you at 18, 19, 21 plus have more than enough skills and knowledge to turn into a digital product. You just have to know how to position it. Now, how do you get started in creating a course? Well, it's pretty simple. There's only 3 steps. First and foremost, you gotta identify the knowledge that you have. Second, you need to find out who wants that knowledge, who will be willing to pay to learn that, right? And then step number 3, you need to get in front of those people. So let's say, for example, you know how to score a 36 on the ACT. Okay, awesome, that's your skill. Now it's like, who would actually find that valuable? Well, probably high school students and parents of high school students. So then it's like, okay, well, step number 3, how do I get in front of them? Well, you'll probably go and speak at your local schools. You probably join, Facebook groups or, parent Facebook groups or the local community neighborhood act. And then you would get in front of the schools by speaking to people, and then you get in front of the parents by using like the Facebook group or neighborhood app, and then you would just say, hey, this is what I know how to do. I can get you at 36 on the ACT. That's what I was able to do, and it's what I've done for these other people. Would you like for me to help your student or your child, or help you score high in your ACT so you can get into your dream school, right? That is as simple as it is. So just those 3 steps is how you create a course. Now, I personally love this business model because you can change other people's lives while making life-changing income in the process, which very few other business models allow for you to do, all right? I've helped hundreds of people start and create Etsy shops, of which some of them made tens of thousands of dollars their very first year. One of them was a 15-year-old kid, and that was through the course that I created, right? And so the cool thing is that you're making life-changing income while changing lives. Now, if you're interested in creating a course, I actually have an offer for you. If I offer to help you create a profitable online course business in the next 6 weeks, using a team of course creation experts who do most of the hard work for you, even if right now you have no idea what you would create your course about, and you were able to run this entire business from anywhere in the world using your laptop or phone, so you have a steady stream of US dollar deposited into your account while being a digital nomad, would you take me up on that offer? If so, click the very first link in this video's description, because I'm looking for a few more people to help do exactly this on a one-on-one basis. Click the link in the description and book in a time to speak with me. Now let's go on to path number 3. Path number 3 is becoming a remote closer. Now, this is the only path on this list that's kind of like a job. But this is the only job, in my opinion, that's worth having. The remote closer position. See, being a remote closer is almost like being a sales guy, but online. It's like earlier when I told you guys to click the very first link in the description, you're going to watch a video, and you're going to book in the time to speak with either me or one of my remote closers. Because there's a lot of people online, guys, that sell information products, okay? And these people who sell these information products need people to help them close deals. And that is where you, as a remote closer, will come in. Being a remote closer is one of the best jobs / non-jobs you can have as a digital nomad. Now, one of the reasons why this is such a great opportunity is because you can make as much or as little as you go out there and decide you want. Okay, if you close more deals, you make more money. If you close less deals, you make less money. And many times companies don't have a problem hiring you because they are a commission-only job. Okay, so they don't have to actually come out any expense unless you actually generate the money. There are a lot of different companies in a lot of different industries, ranging from solar all the way to information products, who need people to hop on Zoom calls and close deals for them. And that's what you'll be doing as a remote closer. This is something that I think is great for pretty much any young man out there to get a closing or sales job. All right? You're going to gain so many skills that are going to help you, number 1, make a lot of money, but number 2, just be more confident in life. I told you guys all 3 of these paths are things that I've done, things that I'm actively doing. I never actually had a remote closing job. But in my own business that I have now, I created myself a sales position. Okay, so when you guys click the link in the description and go to nomadeddy.com/opt-in, eventually you want to talk to either me or one of my remote closers. Okay, so this is something that I am actively doing and I freaking love it. Now, how do you, as a whole, get started in remote closing? There's usually 2 paths. One of them is where you go to a company and you pay them to teach you how to become a remote closer. And most of those companies will also have a guarantee where after you pass their certification, they'll place you inside of a company, right? The other option is to reach out to companies on your own through Facebook groups, on LinkedIn, on Instagram DMs, and seek a position as either a remote closer or an appointment setter. If you don't have much experience closing deals, you'll probably start off as an appointment setter and then have to work your way up to closer. If you have a lot of experience like being a salesperson, then you might be able to go straight off into closers. Now, most of those companies that you can work with, that you pay them to learn the skills and they place you in a position, I think are actually a lot better than trying to do it all yourself, right? Because then you have a network, you have support, you have community, and then you also have confidence in your ability to close because of the training that you went through. All right, so those are the two different options that you guys can go ahead and do. I recommend this path to anyone who may not be in a position to want to be an entrepreneur. They still want to have a job, but a job that gives you a fair amount of freedom. Because when you're a salesperson, you have a lot more freedom than if you're not, okay? And in particular, look for a remote closing job, so where you're just hopping on Zoom calls or hopping on phone calls or hopping on chats, okay? Those are the positions you want to look for. Now, basically, guys, those are the three different paths that you guys can take. Yeah, number one, starting an Etsy shop. Number two, becoming a course creator. Number three, becoming a remote closer. Again, if you have any questions about any of these three paths, you can feel free to email me. I'm super responsive on email. I do my best to be. My email is linked in this video description, so feel free to email me if you have questions about any of these three paths or anything else about becoming a digital nomad. With that being said, I am No Limit Eddie. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to smash a big like on it and subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. See you guys in the next one. Y'all willing. Shalom.